advisor for. The term is very, very loosely used, and I'm really being careful now. I was also new at the time. I never get paid. I get pointless spots for my community as well as an advisor. A lot of projects, they work as advisors, they get paid. It's a revenue stream for themselves, not the project, right? So unfortunately, I realized that people have been using the word advisor to pump their projects, not to listen to you. Because I realized that most of them do not even listen to what advices you give them. They choose their new price, they choose what they want, but they just want your name so that they can retweet and like,
She just got the camera back up. We'll have it in like a couple minutes. Yeah.
It's a learning. That part of it is something that I, I think one mistake from my end. So, diversifying revenue streams. I told it's not depending on royalties. So I want to show what are the some of the revenue streams that we have working on, and that's ready, right? I think we're going to play a video now, just showing you something.
It is late 2021. The momentum in crypto and NFTs is way more exciting than ever. Hype is immense, promises are everywhere, but execution is lacking. And in that shroud, the small-sized collection of NFTs has delivered remarkable results across all aspects. Within months, it becomes widely known for its strong community and leaders, one that's aspiring to bring a positive impact to the space. And that is the one and only Project Godjira. So what makes Project Godjira so different? What sets us apart started with an empowering vision to provide a safe space for people from all walks of life to collaborate, make friends, and learn together. But our contribution doesn't just stop there. We've rapidly expanded, helping others build their presence through our advisory and launchpad services. From day one, we've been working towards our long-term plans to leverage the power of NFTs and bring value to the whole community. Project Godjira brands itself as one that always innovates and delivers. And as we take things to the next level, we observe the market dynamics to plan our every step. Looking across the entire spectrum, we see that a lot of projects are susceptible to social pressures and trends. They distract from their original aspirations as they chase relevancy in a space that changes constantly. This tendency slows the project's development and runs the trust between the team and the community. That has led us to the idea of revising our strategic goals to lead the way. We have two distinct directions. One, helping our partners succeed with our Web3 expertise and network. And two, building a lifestyle brand that reflects our statement to the world. With these goals in mind, we are announcing our most significant strategic pivot yet. Moving forward, we will be represented by two distinctive labels, PG and Evolve. The PG brand will be the global trusted partner for Web3 integration, guiding our clients, partners, and community towards success. We simultaneously expand our horizons with the brand label Evolve. It serves as our identity, allowing us to reach a wider audience. We want the world to see and associate Evolve with pride, creativity, and lifestyle. Together, PG and Evolve represent who we are and where we're going, powered by our legacy. We hope that every one of you will be proud to represent us.
So I think some of you might have heard of Evolve. It's something that we just, I think the Twitter account was created, we started about, a week back. It's not just another NFT or that's another drop or something, just for the sake, right? The focus has to be different. PG is going to be our, the Web3, the what we are known for, right? It's pretty much what people are here for, right? PG is pretty much the Web3 side, the metaverse side. But Evolve is going to take to the next step where it's going to be bringing in, imagine buying a product, right? Like for example, just a simple example, like a merch. But you don't need to know it is NFT. It's an NFT brand. But imagine the profits flowing back into the business, all right? So any services, it's not limited to just merch or clothing or something, right? Any services that generate, attract the audience from all walks of life, not just the NFT community, not just the crypto community, a general public. That is Evolve, right? Where people recognize Evolve as a brand and not just linked to NFTs, but who's going to benefit. It's going to move back, everything is going to move back into the Jira group, back into Web3, bringing up more users and attention from people outside, and slowly bringing them, trying to convert them into the NFT or the Web3 side. It's going to take time. It's Web3 is not like, it's, as I told, like widely used yet. So Evolve is the way for us to bring people from non-NFT related stuff to come into the NFT space. So some of you might be confused, so what's Evolve, what's PG, right? The simplest way to put it is Jira tokens. So the one that's going to be linking Evolve and PG is Jira tokens. It doesn't mean Evolve is earning Jira tokens. What it means is Evolve is going to create services, use cases, which is going to be depending on Jira tokens, and thereby directly linking and providing value back to the PG brand. So this is one of the main, this thing for us to, the first problem was the reach, and this is our solution for it. We have also, when we started, our focus was not on, websites, our focus was not on Twitter accounts. It was, a lot of them had fancy websites and stuff. We went with very simple ones. But now we have grown into a brand where, we got to move towards the next level, for which you cannot be, just sleeping and doing the same stuff. So it starts with one of the minor changes, our website, which we have obviously, it's relaunching our website to account for the PG. So just some snippets from our website to represent the PG side, right? Like for us, what we feel is, what do you feel when you come to a website? Kind of defines what the brand is. So, and we're going to include a lot of Web2 elements to it, like user reviews or, NFT holders, like Godjira holders, what they feel about the brand and all those things. So just some personal touch to it. This is the most important part of, any project, right? Revenue streams. We'll start off with one product, and I'll explain what it is. All right, so this is a product called Three-Verse, and let's just watch a small video, and I hope you guys like it, and I'll explain about it. So again, don't be scared. It's not a play to earn, all right? These are all the main stigmas. So not going to ask your money to build the game. The game is ready, all right? So the thing is, right, one of the things, right, why Godjira, right? The reason is the number of people that reach out to us, the number of connections who are here. There's like people from all walks of life, and also CEOs, venture capitalists from Binance, tokenized. There's a lot of big names here. Why do we have that connection? Is because we had always been heavy on networking, right? Heavy on networking. All the meetings what I used to do, in the last 7 months is not just, just for fun. No one likes meetings, right? It's because you are building network, and you got the connections which a lot of projects do not have, right? So for us, one of the sides that we have, the people who have been approaching us, right, was esports players, like really top level esports players, for instance. There was like one set, there's like multiple people they keep reaching out from the esports, right? we were thinking like, what's lacking here, right, in the play to earn, because gaming is a really important sector. But what's lacking is because people get the money first, they tell that they build for months, and maybe never even is going to come out. Like, it's probably the game is never even going to be made. So we wanted to bring this concept called compete to earn, right? This is going to be purely about inclusivity, right? It's not like, it's not something where we are trying to pump the Godjira NFTs or something, but rather we are going to have some integration costs for other communities and other projects who are going to come in and want to get integrated with this, this battle game, right? Which I think is going to serve a very useful use case for the tokens of other communities as well, right? And it's fun way for people to compete to earn like tokens from in-game and also whitelists or other facilities. But more importantly, a lot of esports players from Web2 are going to be using this game, and it's going to have like cash prizes sponsored by big sponsors to reach into the esports market of Web2, all right? And the whatever they win, or the winning prizes and all the the skins or whatever they win is going to be in NFTs. So it's targeting the the Web2 gamers to use this live streamed all across the world, Twitch, whatever, to get the reach what is needed, and not just focusing on just like the small community within the Web3 for a play to earn. So that's one of the things. And more details we are anyways going to be posting in our Discord and Twitter. So this is one of our revenue streams. Apart from sponsorships, again, as I told you, we're not going to ask you for any extra dollars or something for this. This is a game that's ready, and like the alpha launch will be out soon. So when you use and you play the game, the fun element would be there. The main issues of gaming has been tackled, where if you play for a long time, you gain a huge advantage, and a newcomers, it's not attractive anymore. So this is one of our revenue streams. The next one is 8080, right? It's a product, all right? So what's 8080 is that a lot of you want to create projects, maybe, even if as being part of different communities. And what's stopping you is that contracts, staking, marketplaces is so really expensive. Like, when you go and try and get it from developers or different Solidity devs. So 8080 is a product. It's an automated function, right? So this product is ready. You connect your wallet, all right, and you pretty much can set up staking or marketplace instantaneously, right? You do not need a dev anymore for if you want to start at a small level and you want to try and give some value back to your community. I don't think this has been done before from my research. So you just gotta, I'll show in the next slide. You just gotta connect your wallet, set up your token name, contract addresses, and what are the tokens or communities that you want to support for it. And in 10 minutes, your staking is ready. So no more, long lead times. It's gonna help a lot of projects, and constantly gonna bring in a lot of use case or users into this, because it's really useful. There's so many projects coming out, and they cannot afford 20 or 30. No point in trying to get money from people first and deliver something. Now, it's going to cost lesser than 2 ETH for somebody to get this done. So you can set up your yield, how much of tokens you want to yield and all those things. Everything just like from the front end, and that's pretty much done. And marketplace. This comes with automated marketplace setup as well, right? And also you can migrate to the L2 system without a single click of button, and you toggle on, and L2 layer 2 solution for tokens like Llama, where some of you might be familiar. You stake in L1, you earn tokens in L2, automated now, right? So this is a product that is going to allow a lot more users, a lot more people who have found it inaccessible to get devs because of the expenses or whatever, to have a one-stop solution. So this was developed by our devs Oxytocin and powered by Godjira. All right, tools, just another video, and I'll come back to this. that's probably my positive and also my negative. So I kept thinking, what is the problem with the tools that are out there, right? We take, like, subscription fees are a little too much, and it's a lot actually. And why are they charging a lot, and why are they making so much money, right? So they want to make profits, understandable. This tools marketplace is purely going to be run with Jira tokens for the public as well, right? It's going to be super cheap because we efficiently we found a lot of developers for us to work at a really nominal cost, not overcharging. It's going to compete against a lot of tools out there. It's going to be probably say 20% of what you're paying for as the lowest tools price ever, free for obviously Godjira holders. But more importantly, I've told that for me, Jira tokens is really important, right? And I don't want to use the tokens are not just for whitelist spots, and I've made that really clear. So this is a tool marketplace that's going to be paid in Jira tokens for the public. But to just keep, if people prefer to play in ETH, that's fine. It automatically buys back Jira tokens and burns them. So just the projected income compared to, even if we take 5% of the market cap of the tools that are out there, because of it being efficient and cheap, that's going to burn like 40 ETH of Jira tokens, all right? So a month. So really grateful for the team we found. We have been working with we always like to work with members from the community. So we have been working with them to find out what are the problems they were facing with the other tools, UI, experience. Why not a mobile app? Why not everything done like simple, keep it easy. And social analytics is something that's missing. We all love to use NFT Inspect just to see what's happening, but that's a very important aspect when it comes towards how a brand is growing. So this tools is going to be super affordable, as I said, and we are hoping that even if we capture 5%, I'm positive we are going to go more than that with our reach, but just 5% of the tools market cap, which I think is very conservative, is going to give us really good use case for our tokens. That's one thing. Okay, this is my, I would really like to announce something really big here. So Launchpad is something we have been doing for a while. Quite some projects launched, and we made some decent profits back into this thing. We worked really hard to try and get this partnership. All right. So problem with Launchpad, again, reach is within the same community. You launch a project, they see it's launched by Godjira. It's going to be tried and bought by like 1,000 people or 1,500 people in the community. Why not move towards the crypto? How many of you are familiar with CD5? I'm not sure. So happy to announce that we have partnered with CD5. So they're like one of the largest IDOs for cryptos and tokens. Huge reach for tokens and cryptos. Now Godjira is going to be launching projects together with CD5 as NFT projects. A different level of reach, a new attention from crypto users who do not even know about NFTs but who know CD5. There's loyal. I think they're ranked 400 or something in market cap with 170 million plus in dollars. So there's huge reach for people with CD5. So which means revenue is coming back into PG for any project we are launching with CD5. That's a passive income coming back into our project. All right. So merch has been something a lot of holders have kept asking about us. We gave some merch today as free for like whoever was coming in. But for me, right, just like this event, what's the point of calling yourself like a global brand if you're going to keep it just exclusive and not let new people see what you're doing? I know probably a lot of non-holders might not be interested in the presentation, but at least there's going to be few percent, just like let's say even if we capture 50 new entrants into our ecosystem just by seeing this presentation, right? That's why we kept this open for both holders and non-holders. Similarly for the merch, okay? I told this point before. Just to give a bit of an example, our connections, whom we are partnering with, combined we have got more than 500 million reach in Instagram, all right, and Twitter. But if these guys are going to go and post about NFTs in their Instagram, no one's going to buy it. It's not the market that you're targeting, right? You know, if Serena Williams changed her profile picture to Clonix, she's got like 8 million followers, but not one sale in the next 6 hours. It's not like we are using the wrong person. We're using the right person for the wrong thing to, market. So with the connections, what we have built, we never used it to shill our NFTs. We're connected with a lot of rappers, and sports people and stuff, right? So our merch is not just going to be something where it's going to be for, purely just one time you're selling for our holders for $30, $40 or something. But we want to just evolve into a different brand where using these connections, there's going to be a profit sharing method for both anybody. You can become an affiliate partner with us and you'll be given a code, your separate code for which you can just use the code. Anybody who buys with the code, you get an affiliate percentage back, 10% or 20% of the profit. So this merch, there's going to be 2 sections to it. One is the Evolve side and one is the PG side. So PG side is the exclusive one just for holders, and Evolve is the one where we are targeting people outside NFTs, outside cryptos. So just a small video again on the merch.
The crowd's getting louder, so the crowd's getting louder, so speak a bit up.
Okay. So again, you might be buying your friends might be buying a product without even knowing it's an NFT brand. That's our aim, simply put, right? That's happening a lot. So why not use your reach? Why not use all the influencers who have been coming in your DMs and asking for partnerships? Use them for what they are good at, right? Their customers or their followers, for them to swipe up and buy a merch $30 or $20 is much easier than trying to buy an NFT which they don't even understand. So you can pay with your cards, you can pay with crypto, and more importantly, pay with your Jira tokens, right? So, yeah. This is one real important utility for Genesis holders. So for all the people who have got amazing ideas but have been finding it hard to get the reach that they want, we are allocating close to $500,000 for the Genesis holders. So anybody who holds a Godjira Genesis can apply to be a part of the Jira tank, where we fully fund your project. It doesn't have to be just an NFT project. It can be anything from Web 2 to Web 3. If you want to develop a DApp and we believe that it's got potential, we take a equity stake in what you're building and we fully fund your project from start till the end, including marketing. So, so Jira Tank is something we believe because the Genesis Godjira is turning into a network of founders and people who want to learn and try to launch their own stuff, but they do not have either the funding or the reach with marketing or something. So that's pretty much what Jira Tank is going to be about. So this is again Infinite Studios. I know it's a lot, but I hope it's recorded so holders can see. But Infinite Studios is another revenue stream which has already been in progress. We have been getting funds from them as it's pretty much a Web3 servicing company. But at the same time, what's happening with the Discords? A lot of hacks and stuff which could be easily prevented, right? With the right tools and stuff. So we have developed few things which would be really useful for a lot of projects from Infinite Studios. So one really important feature here is the Discord security bot, which has been tested multiple times. It's going to be pinging people on their mobile phone. So in case of any kind of a hack or any kind of a weird link is posted, with just a single click of like a message or something, the Discord is fully going to be secure. So some of the products from Infinite Studios in which we have a stake and which we are co-developing is this, anywhere from animation to auditing to Discord audits. So pretty much, Infinite Studios is pretty much like our Web3 leg of services. This is pretty much just a screenshot what somebody's got to do in case they get a message of Discord being hacked. Pretty simple. All right, so last one. So it's called Leapin. Some of you might have heard about them. Again, metaverse developers. So Leapin is, the term metaverse is again like overused, but it's going to be the future. It's a while away. It's not like instant. So metaverse is the future, but what we are doing with Leapin is again, we are going to be bringing in projects to integrate into Leapin. Let's say 20, 30 integration. This is a product. Leapin is a product where it's not like you got to wait for 3 years or 4 years to wait for a metaverse. They're pretty much like ready. The metaverse is ready, right? So I'm going to let my colleague Ruben speak about just a little bit about Leapin and then a short video of how that works. For those of you who are in gaming, you probably will find this interesting. Couple of things from Ruben.
Hello everyone. Did you turn it off? Hi guys. Well, that was loud. So I'm going to try to not be too technical, but talk a little bit about Leapin. So what's interesting about Leapin is that they've solved a majority of the issues that the other metaverse projects out there right now are either trying to solve or haven't even yet started trying to solve. So some of the key points are they have a low threshold real-time in-game builder, which means that you can virtually just start as an owner of a plot to implement 3D assets directly. They also have in-game minting already solved of NFT assets. They are using the Unreal Engine 5's Nanite render engine, which again removes a lot of the hardware issues that we're seeing today. And together with the pixel streaming, which utilizes cloud computing, we have mass accessibility across all devices like mobile and laptop instantly. Mic up? Okay, sorry. So we've coupled them with one of our other strategic partners called Metagravity. They are going to solve all of the scalability issues that we were seeing everywhere at this point. So they're basically an improbable killer. Because we've been fostering these strong relationships in this space, we're now uniquely positioned to play a big part in what we believe that's going to be like the most viable and the most exciting metaverse play in this space at this point. And also, by the way, what you all guys have probably seen what happened with Minecraft and NFT worlds. The Epic Games founder, or CEO rather, came out today publicly and said that they're never going to ban NFTs, so we're not going to have to deal with those issues. So then we're going to show a little bit of our revenue streams. Oh, video first. So that was the video with a quick representation of that. We have already been in Leapin. So we're already there. And these are some of our revenue streams. And I'm going to hand it over to our host, Minnie. Yeah, I don't know how this microphone works.
It's all good. Amazing. So evidently a lot of plans for Godjira in the very, very near future. And all of these things we couldn't have done without the help of the Godjira sponsors. So first of all, I'd like to introduce the CEO of Tokenize, Hongqi Yu. Wherever he is. Or, if not present this moment, I'd like to introduce instead the Head of Business Development for X2Y2, Wacky.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Project Godjira. Good evening, Singapore. First of all, hello. First of all, let me say on behalf of X2Y2, we're absolutely delighted to be here tonight. Thank you for having us. I'm Wacky, Head of Business Development for X2Y2, and I'm ecstatic to be here with Jamie, Sean, and the whole of Project Godjira team to announce the partnership and collaboration between our two platforms. For those of you who may not be familiar with X2Y2, we're an NFT marketplace, just like some of the other NFT marketplaces that you heard before, in the sense that you can buy, you can sell, and you can collect all your NFTs, all your favorite NFTs. Now, having said this, we are a little bit different in 3 different ways. Number 1 is the platform fees. As you may be familiar, most of the platform fees tend to charge 2% or 2.5%, whereas X2Y2 only charges 0.5%, which is 4 to 5 times cheaper than any of the other platforms that you have out there. You would think, having said this, that 80% of the market trading volume would be on X2Y2. However, it isn't, not yet at least, and people are still paying, a lot of people are still paying at 2.5% fees. Basically, having said this, now this is changing over the past few months. We launched in February, mid-February this year, and we've seen a dramatic rise in the number of users. And at the moment, we have on average about 5,000 to 6,000 daily users. So things are changing slowly but surely. Number 2, we redistribute 100% of all the platform fees that we collect back to our stakers. So effectively, every day, all the trading volume that we have, we collect a daily amount of fees, daily amount of ETH. 100% of those fees are being redistributed back to all the X2Y2 stakers. In the true spirit of Web3, we believe that the success of a platform isn't only necessarily through the success of the builders, it's also due to the success of the users and everybody that contributes to it. And that's the reason why we go and make an effort to redistribute all those profits out there. So let's imagine that you're in NFTs and you really believe that NFTs are here to stay and that the industry is going to still be here in the next 6 months or the next year. I like the spirit. So what you could do is you could buy, let's imagine, 1% of all the X2Y2 tokens that are out there, and then every day, on a daily basis, without fail, you would receive 1% of the daily proceeds that the X2Y2 platform generates. Which at the moment, we've been averaging about 80% APR to 90% APR, which is sent to you in wrapped ETH, which isn't such bad returns considering the current market conditions. Then number 3, which I think is probably the most important differentiating factor that we have, is effectively this, what we're doing here tonight, which is in real life events, in real life connections, building partnerships with all the various market participants that are out there, collection creators, users, all of you guys. The idea is that we want to build a marketplace that we just don't build based on what we think is right. We want to build a marketplace that encompasses all the various market participants that are out there and make sure that we respond to your needs. So we're going to have collection creators, traders. A lot of people tend to focus only on the traders, thinking that the traders are what makes platforms, but that's not true. If it wasn't for collection creators, there wouldn't be any NFTs for us to buy and to trade. So we need to make sure that we cater to all those guys. We've got analytical platforms. Sean was talking about this earlier, where we also need to integrate more of those tools in there. You've got collectors, obviously, and you've also got derivative service providers like NFT lending. So the idea is to add more of those products and create a better platform. And effectively, this is why we're here tonight, announcing the partnership with Project Godjira, where we want to develop some tools and some more functionality to effectively build a better product, build a better platform for all of you guys so that you can trade better NFTs. We want you guys to know that there's someone at X2Y2 that you can come to, you can speak to us, you can let us know what you think, and then, Sean was talking about something very important earlier, that he said a lot of the money at the moment is just being funneled between you, and then back to me, and we're not really growing the space. And that's one of the biggest things I think that we have we love NFTs. I mean, if we're here tonight, chances are some of us are just out here to party, let's be honest, but some of us are actually out there because they love the space and they want to grow the space. And that's part of what we've been doing, where we've been focusing also on the AMAs to put spotlight on good quality projects, just like Godjira, who are trying to make a positive change into the NFT space. So with that said, thank you very much. We hope you all have a good night tonight. If you have any questions, Mikey here, pt2, happy to speak with you. Come and reach out. We've got Joe as well, who's our community manager. Don't hesitate to come and reach out to us. Thank you very much.
And now we're going to hear from our final sponsor, Oxytocin Labs, before the big news. So if you're at the back and you haven't been listening so far because you're too busy drinking, this is what you're not going to want to miss. So the Oxytocin Labs representatives couldn't be here today, so RNA from the Godjira team will be speaking on their behalf.
Hey guys! Oh. Hey guys. Who's here to party, by the way? Who's here for NFTs? I'm here to represent Oxytocin, one of our partners for this event. They've been our first partner in the NFT space. They've been with us from the beginning. They're an all-round Web3 services provider. They've been doing our contracts, smart contracts, staking contracts. They've recently taken over a chain ecosystem, and they're building off-data tools for setting up your own NFT project. So if anybody here is interested in building their own NFT project, you've got to reach out to them. I think that their Twitter will be on the next slide. You can go to oxytocin.com and reach out to them there. Or you could DM me. Who DM'd me in the last 2 weeks? I think I've spoken to most of you on Discord, but Oxytocin, like I said, if you want to have on-data or off-data tools, follow them on Twitter. And I have the great honor to introduce the Jiraverse.
So one final expansion into the PG universe. This is pretty much our last drop ever. This is going to be called the Jiraverse. It's not just VX, it's not just the 3D. It's going to give, we are moving towards, the metaverse side, which we're not going to give up on. So this is going to be on the metaverse, but focusing on metaverse advertising, metaverse recruitment, and metaverse services, all right? Which a lot of people have been DMing me asking a way to enter into the Godjira ecosystem. We have been really slow with the numbers, right? 333, 3,333. So we are gonna be launching this as one final set. It's not just the VX, so I just want to explain what it is. A single mint, you can claim a separate VX, separate 3D, and something different, not a traditional typical one. So it's going to be claimable at different timelines, but it's just one mint, which you burn once, and you get another NFT plus your VX, and you burn that again, you get your 3D plus another NFT, and you burn the final one, you get this final drop, which we left the best for the last, right? We're working to move towards to become a financial institution. We don't want to announce it till it's done. We are in the process, which is going to bring back profit sharing, which is, everybody keeps asking, you're making this money, it's going to be in the vault, how do we get it back? We become a financial institution with a financial license. So the third and final drop would be the one that would be getting you the things. Again, you know, we showed the numbers, we showed how much of funds we have been using. Let's agree that we are the one of the known projects with the least number of funds, right? But comparatively well used than probably 99% of the projects. A term we hate the most is fair Dutch auction, right? So for this, it's going to go to zero. All right, it's a fair DA all the way to zero. If it goes to zero, we bring in VCs, all right, for our funding. It's fine. But we want to keep that as the last option for us, all right, to use VC funds for our project. So if it goes to zero, it's going to be a free mint that allows you to claim 3 NFTs. Not going to blame anybody, not going to blame the bear market or whatever. So, you know, it is what people value us, if they trust, if they believe, if they think that we could handle the funds the way we have been handling, and if they think that we could develop into a brand what we claim to be or what we are working towards, we expect that to go on. So this is first time probably ever a fair Dutch auction goes all the way to zero. We believe this is a real fair way. And a lot of projects, what they do, they get their Genesis, they get their Gen 2, or whatever, but every time they charge the existing holders, right? Except Doodles, Bored Apes, Azuki, and you know, the top Moonbirds. The rest of them in the mid-tier projects, they give something called as whitelist, and they don't, give back value or give back free mints to our holders. We did that with our Genesis. We gave each Genesis 3 Gen 2s, and it was a 0.05 ETH mint, and we gave them 3 Gen 2s. It is pretty valuable compared to what we dropped. So each of the Genesis will be able to claim a free mint, 1 mint at 200 Jiras each, which is roughly about 50 days of production with 1 Gen 2, and all the 3,333 Gen 2s can claim 1 at 200 Jiras, right? These ones are going to have their own special value, the ones that are linked to the Genesis and Gen 2. And as we grow, as more the second drop or the third drop comes in, the expansion takes place slowly and naturally by onboarding more people into our ecosystem in a very, very, very efficient way. And as promised, it's going to be pretty much the final drop from PG for our expansion. And we believe that there is a lot of people who want to enter, and this could be a good opportunity for newcomers to come into the PGverse. So, okay, this is something that's never been this is something that normally happens in a Web2 business, and I treat NFTs as a business. I treat NFTs as a fundraising to build us, right? You're using your money, we have to be responsible, and you guys got to know where the money is going to be used. Right? So why fair DA? Why not a fixed price? First thing, if we have a little more funds and extra funds, the team like us, there's going to be faster execution. I don't know how many of you know our teams, we get paid like 1.5 ETH a month and like 0.5 ETH for the mods. It's one of the lowest ever this thing, because we didn't make profits. Why? It's a startup. Why do you take profits, right? So this has slowed down us a little bit, only because of our connections and people who like our projects. They have been, working with us for really, low price. They quit their jobs, like people like RNA, Ruben, everybody. They're working full time with Godjiras. But it's slowed down our expansion, the speed at which we are growing versus the demand. There's obviously there's a difference. So first, I thought it's you deserve to know why it's a fair DA. A little more funds. It's not like we're going to take profits again, right? It's just going to help us, get our project out faster. A lot of our roadmap developments. So where those funds are going to be used? Business development. That's pretty much our roadmap, the non-existent roadmap. Research and development, a very important feature to try. To be practical, not every product what you release will be accepted by the market, or there's going to be demand for it. But you got to develop, you got to come up with some new products which are going to help the the ecosystem or the this thing in general. So 20% allocated for that. Commercialization and community relations is included. It's not just events, it's about reaching into other new regions across the world, right? So it's pretty much for brand expansion. With that said, I think we just watched the final video for the night, and I'm going to let you guys go. So pretty much that's our final conclusion, and thanks a lot for listening. It's a long one, and all of you who stayed, perfect, thanks. One last thing, when you go out, don't forget to collect a card. That's going to be really useful for you. It's a whitelist for something. Just, I hope, Just don't forget to collect your Evolve card. When you go out, there's a code, individual code for each of you, each of the cards. So just make sure, who are listening, just make sure you collect your cards before you go. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss it. Maybe it could be also, a free mint, but just letting you know. All right, bye.
You did it, Johnny! What up, you did it!